Hey, you should be growing some microgreens, not just because they're flavorful and nutritious, but also so you can take some and grow them out to baby greens like these, and even mature plants. Growing just microgreens can be a little costly, but if you take just a portion of those and grow them out, it becomes a lot more cost effective. All of these plants you're seeing right now, they were grown from microgreen seeds. So always have a bunch of microgreens on hand. You can eat some and you can grow some out to baby greens. Now I showed you how to grow a lot of them in an easy, carefree way with my adapters that fit mason jars, soda pop bottles, even beer bottles. But a lot of you have asked me about Gatorade bottles. Those have different threads. So my son designed one and it fits a 28-ounce Gatorade bottle. That holds more than the 16-ounce Coke bottle. Plus they're tough and durable. Now when I get set up to plant some microgreens, I usually fill up all my bottles. But I'm going to run through this one time to show you how easy it is. Now first thing I do, put a little bit of water or nutrient solution in the bottom, about halfway up on the adapter, just so it covers the openings. Next, fill up your bottle. I do this over the bowl so if I spill a little, it doesn't make a mess. Fill it right up to the top. Now get your adapter and put it on. This Gatorade bottle only takes about a half a twist. Just like that. Now here's the trick. When you flip it, you want to do it kind of fast. If you do it slow, your water will just drip out. Just like that. So you see it stop flowing, and that's because of that little bit that you put in the very beginning. If that wasn't there, this would flow out of the bottle, and you'd be left with about half a bottle to start with. Alright, now I just fill my container with clay pebbles or leca. You can find these on Amazon. They're very light, and they retain moisture. That's important during germination. Now if yours are damp, you don't need to do anything, but if they're dry, spritz them with a little water. Then I get about a tablespoon of seeds and just sprinkle them on top. One more little spritz of water. And I'm going to cover mine with foil. If you don't like foil, you can use plastic or something else, cardboard even. I just tear it a little in the center and wrap it. It does really well at blocking out the light and holding in the moisture. And then I label each one. Just set this to the side, and we'll set the other ones up. So that wasn't all that hard. Just a few minutes. And for me to set up 6 of these containers, it took me less than 30 minutes. So you can gauge it by this. If you need more, it's going to take you a little more time. And if you only need a few, it's just going to take you about 10 minutes. I'm going to leave these setting outside in my shade house, but you can do this inside if you want. Now I get to go play with my habanero peppers, banana peppers. Now our outside temperatures in the sun right now are 104 degrees. It's about 95 in the shade. Most seeds would have a tough time germinating, but I think the foil keeping the humidity levels up allows them to germinate just fine. So in about 3 days, I go and check them, and if they look like this, I go ahead and uncover them. Once they start pushing the foil up, and they're going to be yellow at first because they haven't got any light. Any ones that get a little light will start to turn green. Now I go ahead and save my foil and use it several times. Let's see, this was arugula, and that was our pak choi. This one we're going to uncover is tatsoi. Kind of like pak choi, but it's a little more peppery taste. Spicy. I like these glass bowls because you can see the roots developing and you can tell if it's time to uncover them or not without pulling the cover off. You can see the water level in the bottom and the roots going down towards them. The roots are also connecting to the clay pebbles, which retain moisture. Let's see, this one's red cabbage. This usually takes a little longer to germinate. Let's see how it's doing. Yep, not as fast as the pak choi. But just for fun, we're going to uncover all of them. See how they're doing. We'll just leave that set there. We've got red kale and radish. So the radish will germinate fast. The kale might take a little bit longer. And yep, these aren't popped up very much, but I think it's going to be okay to leave them open. I'm trying to do this with one hand. Here's the radish. These always germinate really quick, just like traditional gardening. They said your first crop you should try is the radish. So this is 3 days with these glass containers. You can see the roots developing. You can tell that each one has not used any bit of nutrients yet. I think the foil helps with that too. As it evaporates, it condenses on it, goes back into the bowl. So up to this point, we haven't done anything except uncover them. In about a week, you can have microgreens. And look at all those roots. Our cabbage is catching up very nicely. And on your clear bowls, you can see if there's any water left in the bottom. On the opaque bowls, you can't really tell. But you can see these are ready to harvest. So we didn't have to refill anything. All we did was uncover these at day 3, and they're all ready to go. So if you take a look at these, you can see there's a little bit of water left in there. And you can see some at the bottom, so you know it's not clogged up. But you notice the top is starting to dry out. That's what you want. All of these are about in the same position. They still have water. The roots are reaching down to it. And the top level is starting to dry out. Same thing here. And same thing here, even though we can't see. Oop, that's the guardian. It's our lizard. He watch out for pests, so we don't have to use pesticides. Now, the radish grew a lot faster, and we've already harvested it. So we'll take a look at that, and I'll show you exactly what I mean about the level of the water. So we've harvested this. This is what's left over. You can see there's no mold or mildew up on the top. And you can see that the clay pebbles are nice and dry. If you look at the side, you notice the water level in the bottom. That's where the roots were going. And then when you get to the top, it's nice and dry. That's what you want. If you got just a thin layer of pebbles and they're damp all the time, you might get problems with mold and mildew. But having a dry layer on the top like this and a little air circulation, you really cut down on all of that. So you can see where the roots are going down, and it's really, really damp down there. and up on top, still dry. So if you're having problems with mildew, you might need to use a little more grow medium or your clay pebbles. So I hope that helps. I want you to grow lots of microgreens. Take some of those and grow lots of baby greens, even mature plants. Live to inspire, keep on growing, be the change. We'll catch you next time.